I'm Chris.
And I'm Mel.
And together we host the podcast Spoil My Movie.
We were watching movies anyway.
And we were having in-depth conversations about those movies too.
So we decided to share our thoughts with the world.
You can expect me to gripe about inaccurate details like supposedly cold weather, but you can't see anyone's breath.
And you can expect me to be totally adorable, but also psychologically deep.
And by the end of each episode, we'll provide our respective ratings.
Using a rating scale custom tailored to the movie in question.
Check us out wherever you get your podcasts.
We're everywhere. We're actually behind you right now.
This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Deluxe Edition. I am your host, Casey Shearer, and joining me, as always, Ray, the podcaster.
What's going on, Casey?
Not much, Ray. We have a special guest with us here, Miss Amber Hofmeister. How are you, Amber?
Hi, guys. I'm great. How are you?
Very good. A good friend of the show, making her return appearance. Today's episode is going to be the most anticipated horror movies of 2023. But before that, we have a few things that we have to take care of here. Some house cleaning, as I call it. Let's see. We are a part of the Deluxe Edition Network over at deluxeeditionnetwork.com, and you can find Spoil My Movie and World's True Crime over there. They are the podcasts of the month for February. We are on Instagram and Twitter at Deluxe Edition Pod. And you can find all of our previous shows over at deluxeedition.show. Some of our other episodes with Amber over there. And if you want to buy a t-shirt, go over to whatamaneuver.net/collections/deluxe-edition. Check those out. And if you'd like to support the show, go to patreon.com/deluxeeditionpod. And Ray, where can people find you?
I am the 10 Cent Beer Night Podcast. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. And my show is on Spotify exclusively, and my merchandise is on TeePublic. Also, Deluxe Edition merchandise, which I bootleg, and a lot of other bootleg merchandise I put on there. So come over and buy some shit for me, because I need the money.
And Amber, please, where can people find you?
Oh, I'm everywhere. You can find me on Instagram, amber.brook32. You can find me on Facebook, Amber Brook or Amber Hofmeister, both. TikTok, amber.brook32. You know, I'm all over the place. Find me. You can see me in movies on YouTube.
That's right. And you do on Instagram, you do your Terror Tuesdays, right? A live show every Tuesday night around 8 o'clock.
Every Tuesday night. But I'm kind of banned right now. So I posted a Leatherface meme on my story, and they thought it was super inappropriate. So I'm in trouble. They put me in timeout.
Yeah. Who hasn't been in timeout?
Right.
Was this on Facebook?
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. I've actually seen women posting nude photos now on Instagram, and they took a Leatherface meme down. They banned you for that?
Yeah, they sure did. I'm in fucking Instagram jail right now, so no lives for me. Lord,
That's
God
fucked
forbid. Like I can show titties, but like I can't show Leatherface.
Right. That's fucked up.
It is.
One more thing here. Two more things here, actually, real quick. We are sponsored by GetSlicks.com. Go over to GetSlicks.com and use promo code Deluxe Edition Pod and get some merch. They have some really awesome hats and hoodies and T-shirts, all that stuff.
Yeah, my
And,
shit didn't come yet.
All right, well, calm down. We'll get it. And then we have a drawing tonight. We have finally reached 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. So
Yes.
yeah. So I said that we would have a drawing. So I put some actual names in a hat here, and we're gonna.
I'm still mad that the 30 fake names I submitted are not in the hat.
Good try, right?
I tried because, merchandise is expensive.
That's true.
All right, let's see what we got. Drum roll, Ray.
There you go. That's what I got. That's all you're getting.
Here we go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. He didn't tell me to bring a
And the
drum.
winner is Ben Shapiro.
Woo!
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ben.
Go Ben.
T-shirt. To win, though, you must be listening to the episode and contact me before week's end. So if you don't contact me before the week's end, we will have another drawing next week. Ben Shapiro. All right, Ray.
Congrats, Ben.
I'm going to hand this one over to you, bud.
Oh, because what? You don't know a lot about horror movies there, Casey?
I do. I know a lot about a lot of stuff, but I have to take the controls up here.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, the controls. I see how this is going. That's fine.
Likely story.
That's fine because me and Amber probably know more about horror than you'll ever know.
Probably.
That's right. That's why she's here.
That's why we brought her on, because I couldn't talk to you about it. So,
It's all right. I got you, Ray.
all right, that's cool. So I'm going to start off with the most anticipated movies of 2023 horror-wise. My first one was Knock at the Cabin with Dave Bautista and the dude from Harry Potter. I actually have already seen this one, and it's phenomenal. I hate M. Night Shyamalan, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Shyamalan.
I think his movies are trash.
I do too.
But this movie was fantastic. It's weird because normally I would say, oh, look, here's some woke bullshit with the gay couple. But
Right.
I think the gay couple actually pays off with this movie because you can't do the tropes with this one of we know the dude's going to sacrifice himself for his wife. Because you have a gay couple, you have two guys, you don't get the trope. So
Right.
I thought that was a clever move on their part.
Have you seen this one yet, Amber?
Not yet. I was like up in the air about watching it because again, I am not an M. Night Shyamalan fan at all. He's got maybe two good movies.
Yeah.
Maybe like fucking Sixth Sense was fantastic, and
I like The Sixth Sense.
Signs maybe.
And I think Signs. I think that's his
right.
only. That's it. He has two good movies, and I think everything else he's done is trash.
Agreed.
So I really went into this like, oh, I know he's gonna fuck this up, but Dave Bautista by himself saves this movie of all people.
Does he?
Dave Bautista is phenomenal in this movie. Because when I watched Army of Army of the Dead, I was like, look at this fucking horrible acting.
The Netflix zombie movie thing.
Yeah. But he recovers so well with this. I was like, fuck, this guy's a legitimate actor now. God damn.
He's good in like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah, but that's more of a comedy role.
Yeah,
like, he is super serious in this, and it's amazing.
All right.
Like, I would highly recommend this movie to anyone who loves, like, sci-fi horror type movies. Because this is not a straight-up horror. This is more of a sci-fi horror, like, end-of-the-world doom and gloom thing. But the horrible part for this, the horrible thing for this movie is at the end of the year when people talk about the best horror movies of the year, October is going to dominate that category. And this one's going to get lost in the shuffle because it's so early in the year. But I think this should be considered one of the best movies of the year, and it's super early, but this thing was really fucking good.
All right.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there.
convinced me.
And I agree with both of you guys. You know, I'm not a big M. Night guy at all. I text Ray as soon as I left the theater. I'm not a big M. Night. Like, I didn't even actually want to go to it. My girlfriend and her nephew, like, we usually try to do something with him on the weekends, and they suggested that movie, and I was like, I'm good. And then I didn't know anything about it. And then I saw Batista was in it, and everyone knows I'm a big wrestling fan. And so I was like, yeah. And I really like Batista and other things. Like, he was in a movie with a little girl where he was like an FBI agent, and she made him. And like that was a really good, like, sweet little comedy movie.
Yeah, I remember that one. I can't remember what it's called, but it was cute.
Yeah, he was great in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I never saw the zombie one that you guys were talking about, but yeah, this movie was really fucking good.
Yeah. Yep.
Really good.
I guess I'll have to see it then. You guys have definitely convinced me.
I really think you should see it. And I think for what it is, you'll be shocked that M. Night was involved with this.
Cool.
So, what are you looking forward to, Amber?
Well, there's a few. I guess I'll just throw one out there. The Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
What is it? Blood and Honey or something like that?
Yes.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay. I'm all for turning, like, real sweet cartoon characters into fucking murderous people. Yeah. I wanted a fucking killer Grinch for so long. I even mentioned it a long time ago on one of my other friends' podcasts. It's like, I really want a killer Grinch. Then all of a sudden, here's the mean one.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm all for, like, turning childhood classics into nightmares. It's great.
Yeah, that's definitely on my list also. I have a question, though, for you guys. Maybe you can answer this. So I know that, like, the reason that they're able to make this with the name Winnie the Pooh is because the rights are up. Like, Ray and I were gonna it's in public domain now. Ray and I were gonna watch a movie the other week and put it on, like, that was in the public domain, and do like a watch along with it. How, like, a character this popular, though, like Winnie the Pooh, how did Disney let that lapse? Like, how is that?
Well, I don't think they have a choice. Like, it reaches a point where they just go, look, you can't copyright this anymore. It's too long.
You're right.
So you're just fucked.
So.
That's basically what they said. But I will tell you this. The people making this movie already are in production on Bambi the Reckoning and Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare.
I'm here for it.
So everything that comes into the public domain, this company is ready to fucking rip through it and make a horror movie out of it. And I'm super excited. I'm super excited that these people are out there, because this is things that I would do if I was a filmmaker.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I want to work with these people. I need to shoot them a message. Be like, yo, I want to be in a classic killer movie. Come on.
You know there'll be a part 2 for Winnie the Pooh, so you should get on it.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to figure that out real quick.
Should we watch the trailer for one of these? Should we watch the trailer for that Winnie the Pooh?
Can we throw both trailers up since we talked about both of them already?
Absolutely. Yeah, let's start with...
It helps pad our runtime.
Absolutely. Let's start with knock at the cabin door here at night.
Who doesn't love a cabin in the woods? It's an opening shot.
Right? Speaking of that, I love that damn movie.
Are we gonna sing along?
Yes, of course.
I wanna put on my boogie shoes. Yeah.
This is actually the first time I'm watching this.
Really?
I'll tell you right now, Batista in a button-down is scarier than anything I've ever seen.
He's so big.
Like, if that dude approached me and told me anything, I'd be like, God damn it, I don't want to deal with this right now.
No.
Like, if he knocked on my door, I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah, come on in, bud.
My name's Leonard.
Yeah. I'd be like, what can I make you? I've got some really expensive eggs in the fridge.
I feel like his hand is the size
Supposed
of
to
my
make friends with
face.
you. And your dad's too. But my heart is broken
Why is it broken?
because of what I have to do today.
There is a woman carrying
That's not something you ever want to see outside your window.
So this is giving
See,
me
the four of
like
us have a very important
Stranger
job to do.
vibes.
It's kind of like that,
it might
except
be
then
the
it
most
twists and
important job
turns. That's the best part about this movie. Is you think you know where it's going. You think it's like The Strangers, and then it just slides over into a whole different category.
Okay.
But I do like the Weasley kid in this movie because you wouldn't even know it's him unless you
And are united by a common vision.
read the
Ronald
cast.
Which has now
Weasley.
become a command that we cannot ignore.
He's totally not wizardly at all in this movie. He casts no spells whatsoever. Well, he really
never
fucked
seen
it.
any
He
of those
really
movies
sucked at
either,
casting
so-
magic in those movies too. So
Did he?
pretty much
Maybe.
par for the course.
Has been chosen to make a horrible decision.
Yeah.
If you fail to choose,
We got another guest joining
the
us.
world will end.
Pop in and say hello.
Well, hello to you.
This is
Oh,
August.
hello. How's it going?
Good. Are you ready for Knock at the Cabin?
I am very ready for that.
All right.
Yes, absolutely. What movies have you guys gone over so far?
Knock at the Cabin and Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
that'll be
Oh, hey, man.
That'll be awesome.
That's Casey and that's Ray.
It's nice to meet you guys. I'm August.
Nice
How
to
you doing,
meet you.
man?
Hell yeah.
You got anything you want to plug while you're here?
You want to plug your band?
I was trying to think if there was any like upcoming horror movies that I was gonna throw in there that I could think of offhand.
Well, why do you think of
I
it?
can't
How
think
about
of
I
any
play
right
this-
now, but
How
Yeah,
about
what's
I
that?
play this other trailer of
Let's-
Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go for
Let's
it.
do that.
All right.
Yeah.
awesome.
I see my cat.
This one actually got postponed because they wanted to add some more shit since it just blew up.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
You should be close now.
Feel like how short I am, I could play Piglet.
We will. Piglet.
And the amount of times I snort when I
For
laugh.
many years. And they're out there.
I don't know. I think you're gonna be more. You would be more like the girl in the hot tub that they
I
murder.
really need to find out what's
I would
happening.
love that.
I think that role that was perfect for you, and you totally missed it.
I did. I dropped the ball on this one.
Well, we still have Bambi and what was the other one? Peter Pan.
Peter
Yeah.
Pan.
There's-
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This place is kind of cold. Did you say how's it?
See, this could have been you right here.
Could have been
Yep.
me.
You could have been murdered by Pooh Bear.
Fuck Jason. I'd rather get murdered than
Right.
Pooh.
When you're auditioning for other parts and they're like, "So what's the best thing you've ever done?" I was murdered by Pooh Bear.
That's right.
Holy awesome.
We used to be friends. Why
actually
you do
pretty
this,
cool.
please? I would have never left. I swear.
And imagine once they actually get an actual budget for the second one.
Yeah.
Because this looks like they made this on like $27 and a fucking pack of Twinkies.
Hey, you know, it happened for Terrifier.
Oh yeah, I mean Terrifier is so low budget, but
Yeah.
when you have Art the Clown, how can you fail?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What else do we know about that Winnie the Pooh movie, Ray? Have the writers done anything else?
They have done shit other than Winnie the Pooh. That's what I know.
Yep, that's the first one they were doing.
This is they've made other movies, but nothing worth the crap. This is their shining moment in the sun when they realized Pooh Bear went into the public domain, and they were kind of upset though in the beginning because he can't wear the red T-shirt. because that doesn't go into the public domain until like a couple years later.
Oh.
So the reason I'm going to spoil this for you, Eeyore gets eaten at the beginning of this movie.
He wanted to die anyway.
Well, because Eeyore's not in the public domain yet, so they couldn't have him in the movie. So they had So they decided to say, "Fuck it, we're going to eat Eeyore because he's not in the public domain yet."
Poor Eeyore, man. He's always getting the shit out of him.
He's always getting the shaft, that guy.
I love it.
I say that at work all the time, though. Like, I'll walk through the shop and I'll be like, just another Monday, said Eeyore sadly.
I lost my tail.
So let's go over to Evil Dead Rise.
Fuck yeah.
So the director of this thing hasn't done diddly dick in his career, but producing this thing is Robert Tappert, who is an original Michigan OG, part of the Evil Dead clan, made a shit ton of movies. So when I saw the director, I was kind of worried. I was like, oh, fuck, we're bringing in a guy who hasn't done really anything good. But then they brought Tappert in, and I'm like, we're good. And then I saw the trailer, and I was like, holy shit, this looks good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I have it here pulled up. We can watch
well, he's
it.
He's gonna play it, but
yeah. I have a couple questions though about this. So you mentioned what is the director's name?
The director's name is Lee Cronin, I believe.
Yes.
And so he was handpicked though by like Raimi and Bruce, right? Like he was like they're involved in some way, right?
Well, yes and no. Because Tappert's involved, they don't have to be there because, like I said, he's an original gangster from the Michigan crew. He was there for the Evil Dead. He was with these guys in college. He is an original fucking guy who's a part of their crew. He is actually the guy who said, hey, to Sam Raimi, we should make a fucking movie. He's the guy who started this ball rolling. So I think this thing's in good hands with him.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, when you see the trailer, especially coming out of the whole bathroom scene.
Yes. Oh my God.
That's some Exorcist creepy shit right there. So I don't think we need to say anything else. I think we just play the trailer for this one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think it speaks for itself.
Fucking amazing. Like I liked the Evil Dead remake like a lot. Yeah. So and then I saw this like okay, this looks
I was actually super happy with the remake because it's not a reboot, it's not a remake, it's its own thing.
Right. And it's a girl killer or a girl Ash.
Yes. Yeah, but they didn't make her Ash. That's what I also
Right. Exactly.
She's her own character. I like that a lot.
Making breakfast.
Yeah, you can tell these people are rich because they have eggs.
$5. Get like 3.
I did. I dropped an egg, and I told my kid yesterday, I will never financially recover from this.
All I could think about was how much I wanted to cut you all open.
Yeah.
And then climb inside your bodies. So that we could stay one happy family.
I want to see this shit in theaters so bad.
Yeah, I think this is one you need to go see in the theater.
Yeah.
I was just a little girl. I asked my mother,
What is this, Danny?
There it is.
I found it.
what
Look.
will I be? Will I be pretty?
See, that right there is for you.
So I'm totally gonna one of these days. I'm totally gonna do that and like scare my kids.
Oh, see, that's a great image, too.
I'll do it.
Yeah, that's
He's awesome.
Imagine looking through the peephole and seeing that.
I like
Like, take your crack ass somewhere else, bitch. Yeah.
Jeez, great.
I'm getting us out of here. I promise.
You'd be a good mom someday, honey bear.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Gotta have a
You
chainsaw.
know how to light a kiss.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part of the whole trailer right here.
I love this so much. I want to do a photo shoot like that.
That right there is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, so
Hell
far
yeah.
the Evil Dead have not disappointed with any movie they've made so far.
No.
That looks really good.
Hell yeah.
That looks insane.
So, going back to the we watched a couple trailers here now. Going back to that, Ray and I are the only ones that have seen the Knock at the Cabin. A lot of trailers give, especially nowadays, they give way too much away during the trailer.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that Knock at the Cabin that doesn't really give much away at all. Would you say?
No, not really.
That gives nothing away.
Yeah.
But normally I won't watch trailers anymore because I agree they give too much away. So if it's something I really want to see, and it's almost impossible to stay away from them with people posting them on fucking Facebook and Instagram and everywhere else, and you're like just scrolling through your timeline, you're like, fuck, you just got to swipe really fast. You're like, nope, don't want to see that because you're gonna ruin the movie for me.
Yeah.
But some movies you just can't help yourself, and I think Evil Dead for me is one of those. Like I couldn't stop myself from watching the trailer. Like, man, I want to see it so bad because it's a little taste. But most movies, I'm like, no, I ain't watching the trailers because it's gonna ruin the whole movie. Because lately, I don't know why they do this. They put the best part of the movie in the trailer anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why they do that, but
No.
Knock at the Cabin, that they definitely didn't do that. He got away with that trailer pretty good in that.
Well, I think it's because everybody hates him, and he knew nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah.
M. Night
They've got me
knows.
convinced to go see this movie because
It's really good.
And I don't like M. Night Shyamalan.
I'll tell you right now, I think fucking Stephen King's kid wrote this fucking thing. I think he helped him, and I think they're lying. I think Joe Hill's the one behind this. I really do.
Probably.
Because it's too fucking good for M. Night. There's no fucking way he is involved with this in any way, shape, or form. I don't care what he says.
No shit.
Yeah, Ray went to see it. I texted Ray as soon as I was out
did.
of the theater, and I was like, "You got to see this." And then Ray went to see it a couple days later, and he was
Yeah.
like, "There's no way M. Night Shyamalan wrote that fucking movie."
No, I immediately I was like, no. So, Amber, what other movies you looking forward to?
Okay, well, there's a couple more. Scream 6.
That is a legendary franchise right there.
Yeah. I was a little disappointed in the last one because I had higher expectations.
Yeah.
But it was a good movie. It just wasn't what I wanted, so to speak. I thought they could have went a different direction and had Casey come back.
Yeah.
But I guess they've confirmed that Casey's never coming back.
Well, you have to look at these long-running franchises. Like when you start getting into parts 5 and 6, you're starting to get to the ass end of these things. Like, what are they really going to do to make you excited at that point? Because like the first Scream really reinvigorates the whole horror genre. Because that's when I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream, those movies started coming out, and everybody was like, oh shit, horror's back. So you won't see that happen again until Terrifier. So, but Scream has definitely been one of the better franchises, in my opinion, of the modern horror movies.
Yeah. What's gonna suck though is Nev Campbell's not coming back at all. This next one. So there's no Sydney.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a tough time selling this one to the public.
Yeah.
Because now you're taking the final girl out.
Yeah. So I kind of want to see what they do with that.
It's weird. I don't know how you do that and keep the franchise going. It's a weird fucking thing.
So I don't know a lot about the Scream franchise, but Ray, you said about this one's going to be hard to sell the public to the public.
It's going to be.
Is the Scream franchise not like, let's say, the Friday the 13th franchise or the Michael Myers franchise, as where the fans will go see anything?
Imagine Halloween without Jamie Lee Curtis.
Right.
That's what Scream's going to be without Nev.
Exactly.
It's as if they made a Halloween movie without her. Like you just can't do that. It's just not right.
I'm popping out, guys.
All right.
Take
Good
care.
to see you.
You too. Take care.
But that's going to be a hard sell, man. I don't know if it's going to do well or not.
How did the last one do?
And with Wes Craven being gone, that's another tough part of it. Which is, I think this might be one of his greatest accomplishments, is the Scream franchise.
Oh, for sure.
Nobody saw that coming. He could have made crappy horror movies till he died, and everybody would have loved him. But he branched out and made this great new genre of horror movies. And I don't know how I feel about this one. I'm having a tough time with this one, with the change to a different girl. Or if that is even the change, I don't really know.
Yeah, we don't know. And then there's also the fact that there's no Dewey.
Mm-hmm.
And like when they
that's
killed
another
him
hard one.
Exactly. When they killed him in the 5th one, I literally cried.
Yeah, that's tough.
And then I was pissed off because the killer was Amber, not me, obviously, but Amber, and she's like this little tiny girl. And I'm like, how did this little girl kill fucking Dewey? What?
Yeah, who has managed to survive everything under the sun that could happen to him.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm sure it'll do well, but I don't think it'll do as well as the other ones in the series.
No. And I need to correct myself. I'm pretty sure I said Casey earlier when I was looking at Casey, and I meant to say Stu. Not Casey. Stu.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Casey's never coming back.
Casey's never coming back.
I really think that moving forward, they should bring back an undead Stu.
I wish.
As the antagonist in these things.
Yeah.
And actually have him be the killer. I think that would be a beautiful twist for this series.
That's literally what I was hoping for Scream 5 was, okay, I wanted Stu to come back. Like, okay, he got arrested and he went to jail, and then he got out on good behavior or some shit. And he went back to his original house, and he finds that Amber and her family live there. And then he recruits Amber to help him.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, wow, that sounds great.
You'd think the horror bigwigs could figure that out themselves, but they try to outsmart themselves a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Should we take a look at the trailer?
Let's take a look at it, Casey.
All right. How does this show up when I? Is it weird when I do this or not?
Really?
Okay. It looks like you're pulling shit up. I mean, what do you?
You got a problem here, guy?
Weathered mask.
Reduced to robbing liquor stores.
Yeah.
What a terrible life for Ghostface Killer.
So I have a few questions then after this is over.
You always have questions because you don't watch horror movies.
Darkness inside of me.
I watch everything.
It followed me here. And it's gonna keep coming for us.
Well, it looks like they just, since Nev's not coming back, they just threw like 87 chicks into this movie.
Well, I see they brought Hayden back in.
Yeah.
What is this place? A shrine.
She's one of those actresses that I really like that hasn't been in a whole lot.
Right.
Because I loved her on Heroes. She was on that old show Heroes.
Yeah.
She was amazing in
Never
that.
works out for the
And then she kind of just disappeared. And then she was on that country show, whatever the fuck it was, where she was a singer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That nobody watched. And I'm like, this is what we get out of her? And now she ends up in the Scream franchise, so not bad.
Are you talking about Courtney Cox?
No,
I'm not
Hayden.
talking about Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah.
It's like, what? She's a fucking friend.
So let's finish this.
No, Courtney Cox did fine in her career, Casey. She's okay. She's made plenty enough money.
Yeah, for sure.
We got a Freddy guy in this scene.
Yeah.
So this obviously must take place at Halloween time, obviously.
Right.
That trailer does not give me a lot to be hopeful about, though.
No.
All right, my questions. So I've seen the first Scream, probably when it came out. And I don't remember it. Do we know who the killer is under the mask?
The first one?
For any of them, or is it the same?
They're
person?
different.
Yeah, every movie's different.
Yeah, every movie's different.
So yeah, unlike Jason, you get a new killer pretty much every time. For the
And
most
there's
part.
normally two.
Yeah, it's usually a duo.
Yeah.
Which I do like that they changed up the stereotype of one killer. I think that's nice that they have a pair that get along well enough that they can kill people together. That's a nice change of pace.
But it's really predictable because it's typically the boyfriend, you know?
Yeah, it's usually the boyfriend and his buddy.
And the best friend.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's
come
pretty
on, people.
predictable. Yeah, they could do a little better with mixing that up, but,
Yeah.
you know.
What are you drinking, Casey?
I have a California blonde ale here, and I'm drinking.
See, he's very hoity-toity about his beer. He has to drink it out of a special glass.
you.
Yes. No solo cup for
Certified
Casey.
Certified organic.
Oh, you're healthy.
Now, you do realize that all beer is organic, right?
Not unless it says
Oh, no.
on the-
All beer is organic.
Unless it says it on the cap, Ray.
Even PBR, Natty Light, Keystone, all organic.
Lies.
It's not lies. If there's one thing I know, it's beer.
This is true.
All right, so I'm heading us over to Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
This is, I've been
everyone's
telling this
looking
story
forward
for forever about Cocaine Bear. I think this is amazing. Happened in the 80s, based on a true story. Now, the real bear did not go on a killing spree. Unfortunately, when you eat that much coke, it pretty much kills you immediately. But this bear did ingest the most cocaine of any creature on the planet ever. More than the members of Motley Crue, Ozzy Osbourne. They can't touch Cocaine Bear. This bear tore some shit up, and I am so happy that they finally made a movie based on this, because in the future, this is what happens. When it rolls based on a true story, everyone's going to be like, this really happened exactly like it happened in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I wanna
the
go on
best part of
record.
this.
I want to go on the record and say the very first time that we talked about this movie on the show or off air, I'm not sure whether it was recorded or not, but Ray said, I hope that this movie spins off like cocaine, like, you know, everything in the Wildlife Kingdom. I hope it's there's a spinoff. And I heard I can't remember who it was, but there was a very famous podcaster the other day that said those exact same words, and I was like, "Fucking Ray said that shit first."
Yeah, I'm on top. I'm ready for Heroin Otter. I'm ready for whatever we got to do to get these things going.
Molly Mongoose.
Yeah, Molly Mongoose would be perfect. That's almost like a kid's story.
Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm a huge
Yeah.
Johnny Depp fan.
Yeah.
All right. So I was a big Hunter Thompson fan. Up here on my shelf, there's quite a few Hunter Thompson books. If you go back and watch, there's something about the filming of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It might be a documentary on Hunter. Not exactly sure, but they have the director there who was Terry Gilliam. He was in Monty Python, Hunter Thompson, for the scene where all of the reptiles, like the CGI reptiles, are like at the bar and banging and doing all kinds of drugs and all kinds of shit. Hunter wanted to give live alligators quaaludes and film them for that scene, like legit.
What?
And he actually fired one of the original directors because he wouldn't do it.
Oh my God.
My favorite part of that book is the chapter that says completely unintelligible, and it just goes to the next chapter.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole chapter in that book
Yes.
where he just doesn't know what the fuck happened.
It's like, yeah,
I thought that was brilliant.
That's the part in the movie where they do the adrenochrome.
Yep.
Took too much.
Too much.
But yeah, Cocaine Bear is going to be amazing. Who doesn't want to watch a bear run around and fuck people up who deserve it?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's pretty much what this movie is. It's like, let's just take a bunch of people we hate and have a bear on cocaine fuck them up. I think that's pretty much what we're getting here. And we're getting Ray Liotta's last fucking movie is fucking Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
Ray fucking Liotta from Goodfellas, his last movie is going to be known as Cocaine Bear. How is that fucking fair to Ray Liotta? We got to CGI him into something better in a couple of years.
As good as Ray Liotta was as an actor, I heard he was a real asshole on the scene of a bunch of different movies. So it's unfortunate that this is his last movie, but it's already being talked about plenty. I think this movie's going to do just fine, and I think Ray Liotta's last movie, being Cocaine Bear, he'll be all right.
Yeah. At least it's not the movie like the Dungeons and Dragons movie where he played a fucking wizard. Because can you imagine? I've seen this movie. It's bad. He plays a goddamn wizard. But it's like if Henry Hill played a wizard. Like it's exactly like that. Like, hey, do the Henry Hill thing, but you're a wizard. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here?
No thanks.
It's not good. So yeah, maybe Cocaine Bear will be all right for his final movie. Where's our trailer, Casey? What are you doing over there?
You want to see? I
want to see the trailer.
Throw it up.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, the only thing that would have made this movie better is if they'd have used Fozzie the bear instead of a real bear. Imagine that's Fozzie coming out of the corner.
I gotta say, the CGI bear in this movie is better than the last
Millions of dollars worth of cocaine fell from the sky this morning in Knoxville, Tennessee.
There's more. Well, CGI has pretty much been perfected at this point.
I'm looking for my daughter. Forest is a dangerous place.
Like that fucking Harrison Ford movie, Call of the Wild. There's no dog in that movie. It's all CGI.
A lot of cocaine was lost.
There he is.
There he is. We got some O'Shea going on.
No, don't eat that. Don't eat that.
If you want to do a movie about cocaine now, I mean, Ray Liotta is like the guy.
Well, we got Ice Cube's kid in this movie. We got Ray Liotta.
A bear did
Who else we got in
cocaine.
A bear? It was 4!
Hey, that's inappropriate.
Kerry Russell's in it.
You're safe. Bears can't climb trees.
Of course I can.
Everybody knows you don't climb a fucking tree to get away from a bear.
Not
They can climb a fucking tree.
Right? They're goddamn bears. And this asshole's got coke all over him. And if the bear's on coke, that's the last thing you want all over you.
Apex predator. High on cocaine. Out of its mind. Oh man, you fucked.
Honestly, I don't know how they didn't get Danny McBride to be in this.
Oh my god, they should have.
Like, this is tailor-made for him.
For real.
You know, maybe that's the secret. I don't know.
Such good luck in nature.
Maybe he plays the bear. Fuck, I don't know.
Well, I missed what you said at the end there, Ray. What did you say?
Oh, Danny McBride.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he played the bear.
Possible.
Could be. Could you imagine if the bear actually talks in this movie?
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. It's high on cocaine. It might as well have a
That would
voice.
ruin it for me, though.
Speaking of which, I know it's not a horror movie, but have you seen the trailer for Strays yet? The new Will Ferrell movie?
No.
I don't think so.
It's about this dog who has this really shitty owner, and it's real dogs, but the dogs talk. And so the dog at the beginning of the movie is like, I love my owner Doug, and Doug's this prick who lives in this fucking shitty place, and he goes, yeah, we play fetch and fuck. So he drives his dog off into nowhere, throws a ball, and the dog goes, so I go and I fetch, and then I run all the way home, and I'm so far away. When I get home, I know I won when Doug says, fuck. So he takes the dog out way far away in the city and drops him off. And now he's talking to all these other stray dogs and shit. And they're like, yeah, it's cool being a stray. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to go home to Doug. I miss him. And they're like, what's wrong with you? And he goes, I'm going to bite his dick off. So the rest of the movie is about these stray dogs going back to Doug's to bite his fucking dick off.
Oh my god.
It looks fucking hilarious.
Is this
At first you think it's a kid's movie, and it's not. It is not a kid's movie. They're dropping F-bombs everywhere. They're talking about biting dick off this whole movie, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
This might be the best movie of the summer, because this thing's coming out in the summer.
Nice.
Well,
and I'm just like all in on this one.
Since we do things a little different around here, Ray, and this is the most anticipated horror movies of 2023, you want to watch the trailer for Strays?
I think so, because getting your dick bit off sounds pretty horrific to me.
Absolutely.
That's some hostile shit.
Today is going to be the best day ever. I love sunshine, I love butterflies, but more than anything, I love Doug.
Hey! Shut the fuck up! You fucking piece of shit.
That's Doug.
Oh, this
the
guy.
Best owner in the world. We're playing this game called Fetch and Fuck.
Fetch!
He drops me off
I love how they said to the
really far
human.
away
Right.
and drives home without me. When I bring the ball back, he says, fuck. That's how I know I won the game.
Hey, honey, you ever been with an Afghan before?
I don't think so,
Heck
but
yeah.
thank you. Take it from me, kid. He left your ass.
No, that can't be right.
You are officially a stray.
That would mean Doug doesn't love me.
Poor little guy.
It's really sad.
Probably talk to him. I am a therapy dog.
Reg, you can learn how beautiful it can be when you're off the leash.
This beer is making me dizzy.
It's about to get real dizzy up in this bitch.
I'm having a great time.
This motherfucker right here. What you want? Huh,
Let's
homie?
go.
You little bitch-ass friend with the motherfucking home perm and shit.
What did you just say?
There you go,
I would
Reg.
hate for this to get violent.
You a stray. You can do anything you want.
I'm going back to Doug's.
What? The fuck, man?
And he needs to pay for what he did with the only thing he truly loves. I'm gonna bite his dick off.
Oh. Wait, did he just say bite?
Yeah, I'm still a little drunk, but
I said I'm gonna bite his dick off.
Oh, we gon' fuck shit up.
I love it. Look at these bad.
Big day today.
You ever humped anything before?
I wouldn't say I've humped, per se.
There you go, Red.
I'm doing good.
Tell it no, you're his dad.
Hey, no, I'm your father. It's good to finally meet you, even under these strange circumstances.
Reggie.
We're completely lost, and my little puppy paw pads are really hurting right now. So how exactly could this get
This looks
worse?
like so much fun.
Oh, shit.
Guys, we've got a dick to rip off.
Guys, we've got a
What
dick
are
to rip
those?
off.
Kind of looks like food. Oh, shit. Give me a second.
You look different.
Shit, you look different too.
How so? Is it
Oh
my human
god,
hands?
they're on mushrooms. I can't wait.
Oh, that's going to be the best movie of the summer by far.
Fuck yeah. Oh, Ray, thank you for bringing that up. I can't wait to see that.
Oh my God. And the funniest part is that just happened to pop up on Facebook for me. I didn't find it. I didn't look for it. They're like, hey, you're demented. Here,
Oh my Jesus.
we're going to throw this on your feed. And I'm like,
Oh,
thank you
that's
very much,
amazing.
Facebook.
That
You
looks
finally
good.
did something right, Facebook. Thank you.
That movie looks
Rather than put me in jail, you showed me a trailer that would get me in jail. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh.
That looks good.
Oh, it does.
So, question: do you think those dogs are CGI? Because, like back in the day,
Probably.
those would have been like trained dogs, and like we were just talking about, like Hunter Thompson wanted to give Quaaludes to alligators.
Yeah. I think this might be half and half.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause
obviously, like the voices, like
I think it's going to be
talking.
hard to do an entire fucking movie with all CGI dogs. So there's probably a lot of like sprinkler shots and shit like that are real dogs that they base the movie on. So, but
That
I'm
makes sense.
pretty sure where they're like humping the gnomes and shit, those are probably CGI dogs.
I'd say.
All
Oh,
right, what else we got, Ray?
So I picked Cocaine Bear. What do you got, Amber?
I'm gonna go with the new Insidious.
Ah, yes, that's another good franchise right there.
Oh, it's such a good one. It's one of the spookier of the horror series. I like that one. It might even be, honestly, it might even be better than The Conjuring.
That's tough because, man, the first Conjuring I think is really good.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
for me, 70s horror is really fucking fan. I think they nailed that 70s vibe. But the first Insidious is really fucking good too.
Yeah, it is.
And they're right on par. I
But
think
they're
those.
like the same actors too. Some of the same actors.
Yeah, I think those two franchises are really done well. I think The Conjuring kind of fucked up that last movie they did.
I agree. The devil made me do it.
I think if you're going to make a movie set in the 80s, you could do a better fucking job.
Yeah.
I know it's based on a true story, but it's the 80s. For fuck's sake, it's not hard to do the 80s. Like, the entire genre of horror is now based around the 80s right now.
Hell yeah.
How are you going to fuck up a Conjuring movie and make it a love story? Like,
Yeah, I wasn't into it.
That's-
They're making another one, aren't they?
yeah, well, hopefully they learned a lesson.
We'll see.
Well, we'll find out. Could be another. It could even. They could just leave the horror genre altogether and just be a rom-com at this point.
Yeah.
Like
This
that.
is,
That was my biggest bitch about The Conjuring. The last one is the whole love story aspect of it. Horror fans, we don't give a fuck about your love story.
No, we
We're
just
not-
want to see people die.
Yeah, we want to see people get. You can have a love story, but it can't be the main focus of the movie.
No.
Love interest, okay, but you better kill some fucking people, and it better happen a lot. Because
It better not be a happy ending.
Yeah, we don't want no more happy endings. We want murder. You know, if you're gonna do the love story, they needed to kill one of them, and you knew that wasn't gonna happen.
Fuck that Hallmark shit.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No.
No, we want My Bloody Valentine. That's what we want.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, there is it'll be released by the time this comes out. I actually had thrown a little money towards the making of it. It's the sequel to My Bloody Valentine. It's called Valentine Bluff. It will be out on YouTube now. It comes out on Valentine's Day, so it will be out by the time this airs. Going back to Insidious.
Yes.
This is called Fear the Dark, and it is Patrick Wilson's directorial debut.
Yeah, the best part about these movies is how dark they are. They really go dark on these things with the imagery and stuff, and that's what I think really sells these fucking Insidious movies. Is you're like, oh fuck, that's horrible. Like,
it is.
That's the best part about them. They're just horrible. It reminds me of a horror version of The Purge. That's what kind of makes me feel like. It's just dirty and horrible.
Somewhat, yeah, I could see that. And they're like the nightmare demon
Yeah.
thingies. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
But they can keep making those, and I'll keep watching
Hell yeah.
those. They're good.
For sure.
They haven't really fucked one of those up yet.
Mm-mm.
So that's a franchise that I could see going for a long time, and eventually they should get their credit with the other long-running franchises. Like it's pretty common knowledge. I'm not a big fan of Halloween, and I think Insidious has already passed Halloween in quality movies. I think if you take Jamie Lee Curtis out of Halloween, I think those movies suck dick. They're horrible.
Yeah, if you take her out, they wouldn't be great.
No, you put another actress in, like let's say, and look, I love Linnea Quigley, but you put her in that role, Halloween is just a B movie that nobody really gives a fuck about at this point. So I think Insidious should be considered one of the bigger franchises at this point.
All right.
I can
Let's
agree
take
with
a look
that.
at the trailer here, huh?
Let's take a look.
Let's go.
I have a message for you. It's about Allison.
She's amazing.
Dude, she is one of my favorites.
Every time I see her, I just think of Rent Stew.
I just
Kingspan.
think she's creepy as fuck.
Oh, she's also amazing in 2001 Maniacs. That's a great fucking movie. It's got her and
There are two
Robert
worlds
Englund.
that exist.
Fucking great.
Light and dark.
There it goes. Dark is fucking scary.
You visited the dark looking for him.
Matches my soul.
I've seen ghosts before, all those years ago. This demon.
Yeah, I don't know who writes these ones, but
James Wan.
James Wan's in this too. He's doing
Fuck
content.
yeah.
See, that's where they get the similarities from. It's Wan.
Yeah.
Between this and The Conjuring. That makes
I'll be
sense.
there in the morning.
I didn't realize that till I saw his name just now.
I know
Yeah.
what he's up against.
Yeah, this has got all that same dark shit going on.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casey's gonna have to sleep with the lights on after he sees that one.
What the fuck is that? Did you see that thing at the end? Huh?
Yeah, we all saw it.
The guy standing there at the end. It must be his YouTube channel that fucking played it.
Hey, he was scary enough. There's a lot of these people I watch on YouTube that I'm worried about. There's a lot of them. I wouldn't let them come to my house.
No.
Oh shit.
Fuck, I wouldn't even
All right.
meet them out in public. For fuck's sake. All right, so I'm going to go infinity pool with the next one here.
All right.
Mia Goth, one of the Skarsgård kids. This thing is totally fucked up looking, about a couple who goes on a retreat somewhere and just gets involved with these fucking weirdos. You know, when you're a couple and you go somewhere, you try to be nice to people, and the next thing you know, murder, mayhem.
The good shit.
Yeah, I think this one, just show the trailer. This
All right,
one's
yeah,
just,
so
Infinity
I didn't
Pool is
know
just
anything
fucked.
about this.
This
Isn't
one's
it
fucked.
from the creators of X and Pearl?
Yeah, that's why Mia
that's
Goth's
why.
in it. That's why Mia's in it.
Awesome.
I love her. She's
Mia.
amazing.
Hell yeah. So good.
This is one that I really didn't know a lot about, and then I watched the trailer and I was like, holy shit, this looks way better than I thought it was going to be.
These
look at all these.
trailers are all new to me.
Look how happy these people are.
Waiting 6 years for your second birthday.
They're not going to all be happy here in about 10 fucking seconds.
What do you do for money then?
You married rich.
I actually came here.
This could be you, Casey. This is your next vacation right here.
Is it a cruise?
No, you're driving around this town where you're staying, and you murder somebody, you hit them with a car.
We're going on a cruise, so I could do it on the cruise.
Mr. James Foster.
Well, you could,
With us.
yeah, you could technically chuck somebody off the cruise boat, I
Here, the
guess,
punishment for any crime
and then you'd end up like this guy.
is death.
So the gist of this movie, Casey, is that this guy gets arrested, but because he has money, he can buy a doppelganger to take his place to be murdered. And that's where this shit gets crazy. They make a fucking copy of him. But now he's indentured to these fucking guys.
Maybe think of it as a gift.
And now he's got to do all kinds of fucked up shit.
For you to complete your transformation.
Yeah.
This is just a little game.
But it can take some blood.
You know, that part, I don't mind being walked around on a dog leash. I don't know why that's in it.
Show me how strong you are. It's really disgusting.
But as is, from what the trailer shows, is that the farther this movie goes, the more fucked up it gets.
And watch it happen.
Oh, Skarsgård.
I said that. There's like 87 Skarsgårds.
You worry they got the wrong man.
And you know what the fucked up part is? I can't tell any of them apart. It's like a Baldwin.
Oh.
And it's like, which Baldwin are we watching?
Jesus, that looks good.
Oh, it looks fucked up.
So that was. Remember how I said we like to do stuff with our nephew on the weekends?
Oh, you got to take him to see that?
That was one of the suggestions. He actually brought that up.
Really?
Yeah, and Barbara, my girlfriend, was like, no. She's like, I've heard terrible things about that
Probably
movie.
not a good idea.
Wow.
He's 15, so.
You're a shitty uncle. You should take him to see it.
He's seen, no. He's seen shit that I was like, have you guys seen the movie Audition? Okay, it's a Japanese film. Go ahead and watch that. And then tell me that I'm a shitty uncle because he watched that before I ever saw it. And he was like 14 or 13 when he saw that and then told me about it. And I was like, dude, you're fucked up.
Well, quite honestly, when we were 14, we were doing a lot of messed up stuff. So.
Oh, absolutely. I still do a lot of messed up stuff.
This is true.
I'm a kid.
You got something else, Amber?
I think my last one was gonna be The Exorcist.
Oh, the remake?
Yeah, so like I'm up in the air on it because like I love the original. It's like there's nothing like it. Linda Blair was fantastic. So when they said they were making a remake, I was like, oh man, are they gonna do me dirty here? So I don't know. I'm kind of anticipating it probably not being what I want it to be. But I still want to see it.
Yeah, this is one of those you see just to compare it to the original.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can tell people that it's not as good as the original. Now,
Right.
I think that's what this one's going to be.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think once the remake's done, if they go forward with more, then you can get out of the stigma of the original. Because The Exorcist 2 is really shitty.
It is.
Part
agree.
three's not bad.
It's better than the second one, but not as good as the first.
That's why the franchise is never spoken of. It's always The Exorcist. It's never considered the trilogy. So if they can at least make a halfway decent remake, they could get to part 2 and give us something good.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
We'll see.
But with Linda Blair and The Exorcist and those two dudes that played the priest, that's a tough road to go down if you're going to compete with that.
Yeah, it really is. Like, she was the most perfect person to play her. Like, she was the best Reagan ever.
Yeah,
so
that's a classic that most people, a lot of people I know will say, if you ask them what's the scariest movie you ever seen, they'll say The Exorcist.
Yeah, that's what my mom says. Yeah. She won't watch it. She watched it once and she'll never watch it again.
And it's funny because it's not even really truly a horror movie. It's more of a supernatural thriller than a horror movie. But a lot of people say that's the scariest horror movie they've ever seen.
But it's also based on a true story.
Yes.
So that's what makes it kind of scary too.
Yeah, that's a whole nother fucked up thing. The true story behind The Exorcist is crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Mentioning true stories here, this goes back to something that you mentioned earlier, Amber, The Strangers. You said the knock at the cabin door remind you a little of The Strangers.
Yeah.
If you go check out our podcast of the month on the Deluxe Edition Network this month, World's True Crime, they did an episode on, it's called The Keddy Murders.
Yes,
which is actually,
the Keddy Cabin.
That's what that's actually based on. The Strangers. Pretty crazy.
They're actually remaking that too, The Strangers.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Which I am not excited for because I loved The Strangers. I thought that movie was fucking great.
It's so good.
Yeah, that's not on anyone's list here. The Strangers.
I was gonna. Yeah, it did not make my list, but I just wanted to mention it since we're talking about The Strangers.
Sure. I think this is the official movie trailer. It just came out for The Exorcist, 2003 here. Yeah, so let's check it out. And then I actually have a couple here as well for you guys.
Oh, that guy looks sad. So far, the imagery's good.
Yeah. It has a old school feel, right?
Well, that's an excellent car. Definitely has that old school 70s feel.
Yeah.
Let's see if he pulls out an iPhone when he walks into the room.
They used. Oh, I thought they ended up using a boy.
Doesn't look.
Nope, that's a girl.
Looks like they got wise to that. Huh.
There's your boy again.
There he is. That looks a lot better than I thought it was going to look.
Sort of.
To be honest, it's not very long, but it does definitely have a 70s vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to? I still say it's not going to be any good compared to the original, but
probably not.
Given that, I'll at least watch it, depending on the runtime. You get this thing to an hour and 45 minutes, my sweet spot, I watch it. If that thing rolls into 2 hours, they can fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. All right. Anyone else have anything else to mention?
Last one I want to bring up is Renfield.
Talk to me, brother.
Because that's Nick. I love fucking Nicolas Cage. I think this guy can do no wrong. I know a lot of people are like, "What's this guy doing?" But I don't think he's ever made a bad movie. I love Nicolas Cage because he just puts himself out there into some roles that are fucking crazy. And Nicholas Hoult from Warm Bodies and Jack the Giant Slayer. This kid is really good. And unfortunately, he's been in some movies that didn't do so well. But I like him. And he's actually Renfield in this. Nicolas Cage obviously is Dracula. We've all seen the trailer.
Yeah.
This is Robert Kirk. What the fuck's his name? Kirkman? The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Walking Dead guy is involved with this. And I'm like, okay, all right, I can see that. That dude's a good writer. So now I got 3 people that I like. And we're doing horror comedy? All right, let's fucking do it. Because I think this is going to be really good and funny. When I saw only Nicolas Cage involved, I was like, oh my God, he just grabbed another paycheck. And he's gonna try and carry another movie all by himself. Like Willy's Wonderland.
Willy's fucking Wonderland,
which
where he says absolutely nothing.
I love that movie because it's so fucking stupid. It's just so goddamn stupid. And I'm like, fuck.
Well, I was on. So you guys, Amber, you were on an episode where you judged the fate of Tom Cruise.
I did.
Nicolas Cage was in the same boat for me as Tom Cruise was for a very long time, a very, very long time, until he started doing these Netflix movies.
Dumb movies.
He just doesn't seem like he gives a shit about anything anymore.
No, not at all.
He just wants to make money. And he's
I disagree. I think he wants to make fun movies.
Oh well,
because
sure.
he has plenty. He has plenty of money. The dude's never going to be broke as long as he lives.
So I always went back to like the only Nicolas Cage movie. Like I'll give Tom Cruise, like we talked about it on the Tom Cruise episode. Like I'll give him Days of Thunder.
Right.
You know, like I'll give him those older movies. Like Nicolas Cage. What was the movie with him and Goodman, where they broke out of prison, and the baby?
Oh, Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona. Like I would.
That's fantastic.
Always gave Nicolas Cage that movie. Like that was always a great movie.
What about Face Off?
Face Off.
Come on, man. That's a great movie.
Him and Travolta.
Yeah. You got 2 major stars right there.
That was definitely a good one. I'm here with you, Ray, for that one.
Yeah, see? Amber knows what's going on. She's got good taste, Casey.
But I will say I have turned the page on Nicolas Cage. I definitely am. I'm looking forward to this one as well. This looks really fucking good.
It looks good.
Do you have the trailer ready?
Of course I do, buddy.
He's already a step ahead of you.
Well, while we're talking, he's actually looking them up. Don't let him fool you.
Are you okay? I need to get out of a toxic relationship.
Why don't you start by telling us what brought you here?
My boss, he's different.
This one kind of has that what we do in the shadows kind of feel to it, which is another great vampire movie if you haven't seen it, Casey.
Oh, I love it. Have you watched the show?
I didn't like the show as much as the movie, but I thought it was still good.
Yeah.
And then, the hell's that guy? I can never, Taki Waki Pookie, whatever the fuck his name is, that created that show. He did Our Flag Means Death, which I absolutely love that show too. That was a great fucking show. They're pirates. He plays Blackbeard. It's really fucking funny.
Thank you.
That was a
You saved
slick
my
move
life.
right there, catching that
Yeah.
fork.
Got a guy with a decorative serving platter.
It's in the wrist.
She's from Peacemaker.
Let me explain. My boss gave me this power.
Oh, here we go.
Yep. In return, I tend to his needs, including care, feeding.
Would you sell your soul for a little bit of vampire action there, Casey?
I would.
No, I would have done it yesterday if I could.
Right
If you
now.
were to stop focusing on his needs, what would happen?
I never want to
You
know.
won't grow to full power.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He
but if
won't
it meant
grow
you had
to
to
full
drink the
power.
blood of people.
What? That's so weird. Why would
Depends
you
on
do
I-
that?
people.
See, I can't see
I drank
Casey
that
doing
peanut
it.
butter beer the other week.
I could see Casey apologizing over and over again. Like, I'm so sorry I have to eat. I have to drink your blood. I'm so sorry. I don't want to do this.
That's totally me in movies when I have to do a stunt where I actually have to hit people. Like I did that in my one movie where I had to actually slap him across the face, and I slapped him and I ran out of the room and I was like, I'm so sorry.
That's funny.
I had
Yeah,
to do that
Renfield's
in.
gonna be good.
I had to do that in Roseblood. Also, I had the 2 kills in Roseblood, and when I throw the axe at Bo, and then I have to yank the axe out of him and like kick him at the same time, and like I had to do it like 10 times, and I like really fucking kicked him. Like if you watch it, I really fucking kick him, and I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry, but he's like, no, we got to make it look good. Yeah, Renfield looks good, man.
Yep. I think that's going to be a good movie.
All right, I have a few here, and I also have the trailers pulled up and ready. I'm really kind of actually surprised that you guys haven't mentioned these because they look pretty good. The Forest Hills. You know about this one?
Is that a subdevelopment around the corner for me?
Yes.
This was filmed in your
The
neighborhood.
Forest Hills. A man is tormented by nightmarish visions after enduring head trauma while camping in the Catskill Woods. It's an indie horror thriller from writer-director Scott Goldberg. And it is also Shelley Duvall's return to acting in over 20 years, also starring Ed Furlong, Chico Mendez, and Dee Wallace.
I have heard of this.
Love Dee Wallace. Love Eddie Furlong. Shelley's a little fucking scary all on her own now.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yes. If you go, there is a YouTube interview with, I believe it might be Scott Goldberg, the writer director of this. Shelley, Ray and I talked about this off air. Shelley was
Yeah, look at it. Now he's going to bring it up because I probably said something horrible, didn't I?
No. Shelley was kind of exposed. I did not like the episode by Dr. Phil. It was a few years ago. She definitely has demons. You know, there's something like not mentally right with her anymore. She might be living in her car. It's where if you watch this interview, it's where the interview takes place. It's her sitting in her car. But you have to think like she was a wonderful actress at one time and like a very like well-trained actress at one time. So like for her to come back to acting after 20 years to do something like there's no way that she could have got like a ton of money for doing this because it's an indie movie. You know what I mean? So like maybe she read the script and like really thought that this was going to be something good, you know?
I don't know.
Or she's fucking broke.
Probably both.
Or they're giving
I mean, given your options, Casey, all right, you live in your fucking car. Do you want to star in an indie movie or suck dick to buy groceries? I mean, come on, man.
Gotta weigh the options. I would pick the indie movie for sure.
Yeah, and this is why we talked about this off the air, by the way.
Let's watch the trailer and
let's do it.
See how we feel.
Still say her Ash in The Shining is still the scariest thing I've ever seen.
So scary.
Yeah, Kubrick put her through some shit. That could be an episode in its own.
Well, if we can figure out where her car's parked, we can just go find her and interview her.
Texas.
What we can
All right.
is prescribe you another medication.
You travel. Go find her.
I just don't like the way they made me feel.
Every day,
There's Chico.
I try to do my best. I do. And I know that you do too.
I don't think that guy's mentally stable.
What gave you that idea?
Well, that all his friends are just sitting around acting like that's normal. That's the first clue.
That's not normal? Like, I cover myself in blood all the time like that.
Yeah, but there's usually a photographer there at the same time.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you're just practicing.
Yeah.
Furlong cracks me up, too. There she is.
There she is.
Taking your medication is very important.
Because when I think of Furlong, I think of Detroit Rock City. Most people think
I
Terminator.
American History X.
Or American History X.
Great fucking movie.
Yeah, that's a fantastic movie.
So good.
I think that one's highly underrated.
It is.
That's the same jacket from Terminator 2.
And there's no, come on.
I'll be back.
He should say that in this movie.
Oh, that'd be funny.
There's Dee.
Love Dee Wallace. She's amazing.
She's sweet.
This might actually be a pretty good fucking movie here.
See.
I don't know what the fuck is going
That
on.
was a fucking dollar store Leatherface right there.
Yeah, this looks like everybody's on acid and shit's going down. That's what this movie looks like. Like they ate shrooms or something and everything went bad on them.
Something.
Huh.
What do you think of that, huh?
Maybe Casey's not so off the mark on horror movies.
I don't know. We'll find out though.
He hasn't seen any of the 70s or 80s or 90s horror movies, but, you know, maybe he's finally catching on. It's one of my favorite things about Casey is I go, hey, you ever see The Hills Have Eyes Part 2 from the 80s? And he'll say no.
Of course not.
You ever watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3?
1974.
No, I'm not. I always go with a sequel to one of those. And he'll be like, Part 3?
Pretty Girl Mask.
Never heard of it. Was that a movie?
You mentioned earlier, a lot of people will say that The Exorcist is one of their, all-time scariest movies.
Hmm?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre for me is one of I couldn't get through that movie for a long time.
Wow,
that's a fucking scary movie.
Good one.
That's a good one.
Really good fucking scary movie.
There's only one movie that has ever scared me, and it's Salem's Lot, the made-for-TV movie, and it's the fucking scene where that fucking kid's outside the window tapping on the glass. That fucking scene when I was a kid gave me nightmares.
Oh, it's so creepy.
And I saw The Hills Have Eyes at the drive-in when I was fucking 5. Wow. Like, I have watched horror since the fucking moment I was born, and the only thing that ever scared me was that fucking kid outside that fucking window, man. I'm like, son of a bitch, that kid.
All right. Are you guys ready for the next one here in my my little list? I have a couple here for you guys.
Is it a Popeye remake?
Oh my!
Yes, Popeye. Popeye
with Shelley Duvall coming back.
All right, let's talk about this. Comes out the very same day as Evil Dead Rise, as to why it will probably get overlooked. It is called Beau is Afraid. It comes out April 21st, 2023. The film stars Joaquin Phoenix, an anxiety-ridden man who embarks on a surreal odyssey home after his mother suddenly dies, confronting his greatest fears along the way. The film also includes Nathan Lane, Patti LuPone, Amy Ryan, Kylie Rogers, Parker Posey, Michael Gandolfini, and Richard Kind. Let's take a look at the trailer.
I am so sorry. passed down to you. But I wanted a child, the greatest gift of my life.
I'm visiting my mother tomorrow.
Joaquin Phoenix is pretty fucked up.
Putting out so much good shit.
You're my angel and I love you.
Yeah, he does look rough, doesn't he?
Okay. I love you.
Yeah.
Okay, bye, sweetie.
He's a good actor, but he makes some fucked up shit.
He's one of the best, honestly.
Are you at the airport?
I'm on my way. It's not safe, is it? What do you think I should do?
I'm sure you'll do the right thing, sweetheart.
Welcome back.
I hit you with my car.
What?
I know.
I love Hereditary.
What is this?
Yeah, that's another one that most people don't praise highly enough. That movie was really good.
That's my young nephew's favorite horror movie. Hereditary.
It's a good one.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Run, Forrest.
You will walk many miles. Dozens will become hundreds.
The hell?
Hundreds will become thousands. Your adventures will continue for years.
So we're just going on an acid trip with this guy here.
I know.
Right?
I think I might have already been on this journey. That's never something you want to hear people yelling at you, gripping your head.
Do you want the truth now?
Beau is Afraid this April 21st, 2023. What do you think of that, Ray?
It looks weird as shit.
Yeah, that looks like a mental breakdown. Not so much a horror movie, but just a fucking guy who's tired of going to work and just did a bunch of mushrooms and said, fuck it, I'm out.
Well, it's listed as one of the top 50 horror movies of 2023. And
yeah, I saw that on the list. To me, though, that just looked like a retirement plan, in my opinion.
You know how I'd like to be honest with everyone on the show, right? You know that.
Go ahead, be honest.
I didn't watch any of this stuff before the show.
Of course you did it. Now you're like, shit, why did I put this on my list?
The next one on my list here is, and there's no trailer for this yet. These are, there's no trailer for either one of these next two, and these are very in the early stages here. It's called Don't Open the Door. A young man tells his new girlfriend that he loves her for the first time and then finds himself next in line for a nightmarish curse that's claimed all of the previous boyfriends who's come before him. Director is Matt Leslie and Stephen Smith, and it's with an upcoming guest of ours, Doug Jones, who has played The Shape of Water. He was in Hellboy. He was in quite a bit of movies.
With that said, then I have to say that this movie's going to be fucking amazing. One of my most anticipated movies of the upcoming year, and I'm done.
There's another one also that he's going to be in, and there are some photos that I'll pop up in the video here if you're watching. Nosferatu, the new Nosferatu movie. Doug Jones will be playing vampire Count Orlok, who expresses an interest in a new residence and a real estate agent hunter's wife. So that's a new look on the Nosferatu movie. Not sure who wrote that. I'm not sure if it's based on the Joe Hill book or not. But
if they're smart, it is.
Yeah. But yeah. 2023 is going to be an awesome year for horror.
Yeah.
A24, like I said for that last trailer, even though the trailer might not have looked that great with the Joaquin Phoenix, A24 is putting out some incredible movies.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, I think horror has made a huge rebound in 2022, 2023. I think the genre is finally set to be back to where it was in the 80s. It gets in the 90s, you had kind of a lull. And then the 2000s, you start to get into the weird shit. And I think we're finally coming back around to good horror movies. And I honestly think that fucking Art the Clown is the one who's going to steamroll this thing forward.
Let me just tell you, your girl here has got some horror movies in the works too, so be on the lookout. And I can't confirm or deny that the person who plays Art the Clown, Mr. David, is involved. So...
Oh, see, that's amazing.
Very nice.
And I'm going to audition for Terrifier 3.
Yes.
Nice. That would be awesome if you could get ripped apart by Art the Clown.
I would love that so much. I'm waiting for Damien to post the casting shit, and I'm like, oh, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because we all know it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I had him on my Tuesday Terror,
Yeah.
and he already said they're working on the third one, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, Art the Clown has basically reinvigorated the entire horror genre. Like, everybody was like, who's the next icon in horror?
Here he is.
And out of nowhere comes Art. Like, it's crazy because me and my buddy, we saw the first, Hallow's Eve and Terrifier, and we were like, dude, I can't wait for part 2. And then it took so long because of the pandemic.
Right.
And we were like, fuck, this may not happen. It's so getting pushed back and pushed back. Is there really a movie? And then when it finally came out, and we're just like, yeah, that was worth the wait. That was That was a great movie.
Yeah, really good stuff. There's a couple honorable mentions here that I could not find the trailers for, but they will be coming out in 2023. Run, Rabbit, Run. Sarah Snook plays a fertility doctor who believes firmly in life and death, but after noticing the strange behavior of her young daughter, must challenge her own values and confront a ghost from her past. Director Dana Reed. And then the Oregon Trail. This one really stuck out to me.
Like the fucking game?
Like the game. I think that's what it is.
But this is the Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah. This one really stuck out to me because we were all kids. We all played this game as a kid. This film is written by Meg Turner and finds a young Abigail Archer friendless and alone in the brutal Montana winter during the 1870s, fighting for survival and to retrieve her one earthly possession, her family's horse, from a gang of bloodthirsty bandits. Michael Patrick Jan has been tapped to direct this Western horror film from Paramount Pictures. Olivia Applegate, Nicholas Logan, Sam Trammell, and Jessica Francis Dukes will also star in this. So check those out.
Nah, I want the Oregon Trail movie.
Yeah, for real.
I totally want that one where they're like, fuck, he died of dysentery. Fuck.
Yeah.
I totally want that movie.
Absolutely. Amber, this has been a ton of fun. Please tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me Instagram, amber.brook32. You can find me on TikTok, same name, amber.brook32. You can find me on Facebook, Amber Brook. You can find me in Vengeance 2 Bloodlines on YouTube, and many more things to come.
Very cool. Yes, we are looking forward to that, and possibly we'll get Terror Tuesday signed up for the Deluxe Edition Network here hopefully soon.
Oh,
and, we'll have her a part of the network. And then, Ray, anywhere people can find you, bud?
They know where to find me.
All right. Come check us out over on the network, deluxeeditionnetwork.com. And if you want to buy a hat or something, go over to getslicks.com and check them out. And Ray, your hat is on the way, I promise.
Yeah, right. You keep saying that, but
Like new story.
Yep.
All right. See you next week with who's our guest next week, Ray? Take on the World.
Not what I know.
Take on the World, deluxe edition takes on the world of professional wrestling.
Oh, that's right.
All right.
A wrestling
Goodbye.
episode.
See ya.
Bye.
Later.